I can't believe it. Manchester United, €85 million bid on Benjamin Sesko has been confirmed by journalists, with them now stating that Benjamin Sesko currently is favouring the move over to Manchester United. This is a killer. This is a real killer to the Public Investment Fund. And this, in my opinion, is the signing we needed to get in this transfer window. We've already took a hammering behind the scenes. We've already took a hammer with Isak. We've took a hammer in bringing players in. So many players in this transfer window are picking our Premier League clubs to join over Newcastle. Whenever we go for a signing and there's any form of competition, we've lost the competition every single time. And this, with all due respect to Manchester United, this is the worst Premier League level Manchester United side of all time. Cunha took office and Bruno took office. Sesko potentially are going to take office. I mean, how are we not being able to compete against Manchester United? How can we not compete against the other teams in the league? We've had our best ever season in 70 years. We're back in the Champions League. We've just won silverware. We're supposed to be at our highest possible point since the takeover. And yet, in terms of a transfer window, it's our lowest possible stage. Everything we've said and everything we've tried to do in this transfer window has flopped. It hasn't worked at all. We said at the start of the transfer window that we were going to be quick. We were going to go in straight away and we're going to get these deals done. The best players don't stick around, was the quote Eddie Howe's gave. And yet, we've been anything but quick. Alanga we signed, with all due respect, he taught the fans in Singapore that Eddie Anderson taught me to join Newcastle. So that was someone else outside of our football club helping them join. We then signed the goalkeeper who got relegated last season. That's it. That's our entire transfer business. Sesko is supposed to be the Alexander Isak replacement. There's no debate in that. He's the only player this summer who is legitimately good enough to actually come in and to be the player that's going to precede Isak at Newcastle. And now you've got a real concern because you've got a player behind the scenes who wants to leave, but we can't sell him because we can't get the replacements in. Muniz from Fulham does not replace Isak. Wissa at Brentford does not replace Isak. Watkins at Aston Villa does not replace Isak. Who do we bring in now that could actually come in and replace Alexander Isak? If we lose out in Sesko, we are screwed in this window. We've tried to get him already with 2 bids. This is a player that Eddie Howe and his coaching staff have admired for years. Manchester United, for the entire time of this saga, have just sat back and they've just been waiting. They've just been waiting for that moment to come in. Newcastle attempted to call their bluff out yesterday. We were given the green light from RB Leipzig to approach Sesko, to approach for this deal. We were heavily encouraged to go in and to try and complete this deal. We called the bluff of Manchester United with a hard ball bid yesterday. Went straight in there, precise, quick, just looking to get the deal wrapped up ASAP. And Manchester United have stood their ground and now they've came in with serious money. I wasn't expecting them, and in my opinion, I wasn't even predicting them before. €85 million down. They've always spent a lot of money in this window on 2 attacking players. They went in with, ridiculous money to sign Sesko. And Manchester United fans, just wait, they'll flip straight away. Every single Manchester United fan yesterday said that Newcastle was overpaying. €80 million is crazy money for Sesko. It's overpaying. Manchester United should immediately walk away. That's what they all said yesterday. I'm willing to bet every single one of them now will be absolutely buzzing about the prospect of bringing Sesko in, and they just not even care about how much money he's been thrown down. The mindset will just flick straight away. And I can't blame Manchester United. They've got serious money and they've been able to do, but what on earth is going on at Newcastle now? Seriously, what is going on at Newcastle? I've only just got back in the house now. I've been on 18 hours worth of flight watches now at Asia Tour. I haven't even went to bed yet. And already, it looks like we lost out on Benjamin Sesko. What are we doing in this transfer window? How are we not landing these signs? We're clearly trying to bring players in. How are we not completing these deals? It's just not good enough. It's seriously not good enough. And our takeover project and how the world and the footballing world looks at our takeover project, we look so crap. We look so bad in this window. I've never seen a takeover fall apart so quickly in one transfer window. Teams aren't going to take us seriously because we can't land a player. Opposition fans aren't going to look at us the same because we've been unable to do anything in this window. Behind the scenes is a mess. It is a complete show. We haven't even got a director of football. Where's the director of football? Where's the new stadium? We haven't got any stadium announced. That's supposed to happen in May. It's now August. There's no stadium. And then you look at the sponsorships. No training ground sponsor. Look, I'm not got any sponsors on my shirt here, and you look at every single part of Newcastle, so many promises and so many things taught to us that have not happened. How are we not getting players in? Like, seriously, how is Eddie Howe not able to get these players in? We clearly have money. We are prepared to sell Isak in this window, and yet we can't replace Isak. Liverpool fans watching now, I promise you, we promise you, we are clearly trying to replace the player. We're clearly trying to bring players in. It's not like we're taking the mick out of Liverpool. We actually are willing to sell Isak to you guys in this window, but we can't get the replacements in. How are we not getting Sesko? Seriously, how are Manchester United going to beat us again for another signing? They've already signed 2 attacking players in this window, and why do they need Sesko? And I just look at the situation itself. It's so infuriating in our point of view. I've got nothing against Manchester United, Liverpool here. It's solely us. It's self-inflicted again. I've seen fans on social media almost defend their ownership and go, "Oh, Adam, there's not much we can do when a different team comes in for them." Excuse me. We are in the Champions League. We've got this money here. We're supposed to be going in and getting these players. We haven't got a single one. We've only got Alanga and Ramsdale. We actually haven't been able to get any of the targets we won. Couldn't get Trafford, couldn't get Delap, couldn't get Cunha, couldn't get Bruno, couldn't get Etiti, can't get Sesko. This is a problem. We've put bids in these players. We've attempted to get these players and we can't land a single one of them. And that's a real concern because, again, you look at our takeaway, you look at where the public investment fund is now. This is supposed to be the window where we actually get these players in. We haven't got the restrictions here. We can go out and do that. It's just not good enough. It's seriously not good enough. And I'm not going to come out in this video. I'm not going to rant and I'm not going to moan because maybe Newcastle does complete Sesko. I don't think it's fully done here. You know, regardless what journalists say, Leipzig are going to be benefiting from this. Leipzig knows they've got a bit more in their hands. I don't think Leipzig are going to immediately let Manchester United sign the player. Of course, if Sesko wants to go there, then I think you'll see the story quickly change. But Leipzig know 2 teams with a shit ton of money. I don't mean to swear there, but 2 teams with a shed ton of money are now going to come in to get Benjamin Sesko. They're going to be rubbing their hands because they're going to get some serious money for the player. I don't think this is done. I don't think Newcastle are over yet. This has to be the player we get, though. If we do not get Sesko, there is not a football player on this planet that we can realistically sign this summer that can replace Isak Newcastle. There's no one out there. Isak, if he does not get Sesko, just lock him away. Liverpool, you can't have him. You can't have him this summer. We need to get a good player in, and we're not going to bend down. We're not going to let Liverpool come in and take our best striker if we have got nothing to work with. There's not a striker out there we can replace him with, and I'm that adamant and that serious about it. Has to be Sesko, and it looks like we've missed out again. It's not good enough. Why are we missing out on all these players? How are we not landing a single player? We are not a bad football club. I almost feel like we're like 15 for some. We're honestly not. We've had a fantastic year. We've done so well. How are we not attracting players to join us? I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I'm so baffled from this. I don't understand it. It's so infuriating. We've had an unbelievable year. We've got such a good project behind us, and yet we can't attract anyone to this project. Why does no one want to play for this project? And it's a real concern now because who wants to come to Newcastle next? All these players are turning this down, and there has to be a reason for that. It's not a coincidence that you're talking 7, 8, 9, 10 players that are picking our clubs in the Premier League over Newcastle. I know you could argue the wage structure is a big part, which it is, to be fair, but not every single player is going to be talking 250, 300 grand a week. There's going to be a lot of players in there as well that Newcastle would have offered the same wages to, and they're still turning this down. There's something going on behind the scenes that's not working in our favour. Eddie Howe wanted these players, he hasn't got them. He's been let down from this club, and the ownership have not done enough. They're clearly trying to get players in, but there's something not clicking. We're just not convincing anyone to join us. It's a real concern now. You're talking 4 weeks left, and we haven't landed any of our key targets at all this summer. What a horrendous window this has been. And if Benjamin Sesko does not sign for Newcastle United in this window, we are screwed with the Isak situation. We are in the mud. We're not going to get out of this one. And then you've wasted time. You've got to look for a different transfer target. We don't have time on our side. We've got less than a month now. This is a big one to lose out on. I'm livid about this one. And Manchester United, I don't know how they've done it, but they've done it again. It looks like they're going to get them again. And it's a real blow for Newcastle. This is a massive blow on our project and this entire takeover. In the balance, this window, we need to have a good window, and we're not having it at all. It's a complete wake-up call for the ownership. Horrendous. Absolutely horrendous behind the scenes. It's not good enough at all. But yeah, take care. Might be a triple upload depending on the news later on, but oh, I cannot believe what's going on here.